nalabye bwadde ogamba banna aba NRM ngo baga nti bannayinza mu nnonde nze nayisaawo kino oba oliawo singa saali mukubiriza president teyandi emyaka gyandibadde giwagamira
yaba tagenda kubeera ku ballot paper.
Wow. Yalibadde tagenda kubeera ku ballot paper. The arrogance, the entitlement of Kadaga. Now you see what you did? The embarrassment that you're receiving from Museveni is your own making. There was a mega opportunity presented to you to preside over a conversation that was going to end the Museveni dictatorship. And here you admit, okay? Singa kati asiba migugu.
But do you wake up sometimes and feel, you know what, this is too much for me?
Do you get, wake up sometimes and say, this is too much for me?
This is too much.
This is too much.
You don't feel appreciated enough.
You don't feel appreciated enough. These are questions.
It doesn't matter because I'm not working for. I'm working for myself. I'm not.
It doesn't matter because I'm not working for. I'm working for myself. He serves his own interests, not Uganda.
Working for other people.
I'm not working for other people.
I'm working for my grandchildren, for my children.
I'm working for my grandchildren, for my children. That's it.
Violence. Yani olisinsikira ebintu aye eri omukulembeza mu Uganda muno yapangisa abantu bena abe muli kwogera abafere ati mulinde mama alwabita mu mutege mu mbande yawo.
There's someone who hired people and told them that, wait when Kadaga is passing here, kill him, kill her. That's what she's saying.
That was the issue. Nobody was, you are wrong.
Wow.
Say that anybody is hunting you.
You are wrong to say that anybody is hunting you.
It is not correct for you to try to involve my people, the Busoga.
Wow. He's trying to say, hey, do not cling on to that constituency. I am more influential than you. And when Rebecca Kadaga, one of the photos that really delude her is a photo like this one. When you sit with Museveni in the same vehicle and, he's driving, it is very easy to think that you're close to him.
You're watching Mordecai Marissa Live Political Commentary. Please consider subscribing to help grow Uganda's Voices of Struggle ecosystem. Thank you.
Very glad to be here on Mordecai Marissa TV.
And yes, indeed, coming to you live from these United States of America. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening from wherever you're watching me from. My name is Mordecai Marissa, and you're watching Mordecai Marissa Live. Thank you so much from wherever you're watching me from. I think I had over 300 people following me in just a day. Isn't that amazing? Thank you so much, folks. Where have you been? But hey, welcome aboard. Let's go. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to investigate, to interrogate, to look at the Kadaga situation. Kadaga versus Museveni. What happened over the weekend? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with showing you the mistake, the mega mistake Rebecca Kadaga made, and she continues to make. And I said this, and I think it bears repetition. Look, I don't care about who becomes the NRM's national vice chairperson between Kadaga and Anita Among. They both want to serve the interests of one man, Yoweri Museveni, not Uganda at all. They want to amass wealth. They want to build networks and connections of money and power. It is the desire for proximity to power. So I don't really care. But there's some sort of a collective delusion within folks who get close to Museveni. Some of them think that probably Museveni has their interests at heart. He doesn't really care. These are not my words. Let me show you this before I actually go for. I'll play you this video. Then you know the Museveni I'm talking about. I want you to watch this. This is Museveni at one time was being asked, don't you get tired? Don't you think it's enough And this is what Museveni responds. Then you don't accuse me of, hey, Museveni, Mordecai, you hate Museveni. I don't hate him. I don't hate any man. I don't like his ideologies, his policies, and the destruction is brought to Uganda. But listen to the question here.
10 years or so, it will be clear whether we can achieve this or not. Then,
Okay, so you give yourself a benchmark, 10 years.
yes, maybe,
Listen.
we shall see, but not 30 years.
Definitely not 30. But do you wake up sometimes and feel, you know what, this is too much for me. This
Do you wake up sometimes and say, this is too much for me.
is too much.
This is too much.
You don't feel appreciated enough.
You don't feel appreciated enough. These are questions.
It doesn't matter because I'm not working for. I'm working for myself. I'm not
It doesn't matter because I'm not working for. I'm working for myself. He serves his own interests, not Uganda.
working for other people.
I'm not working for other people.
I'm working for my grandchildren, for my children.
I'm working for my grandchildren, for my children. That's it. I mean, what language do you want to hear? How can we break down these words for people to know? He doesn't really care. All he cares about is Museveni, his children and grandchildren, period. And when Rebecca Kadaga, one of the photos that really delude her is a photo like this one. When you sit with Museveni in the same vehicle and, he's driving, it is very easy to think that you're close to him, that he really loves you. He doesn't. And don't take my word for it. Like I said yesterday when I produced the video, I said, please, if you can, go and read the book of Miriam Matemba. I have it somewhere here. And what he thinks of you. You are deputy vice, whatever, national chairperson. It is nothing to him. He looks at you as a pawn on his political chessboard, period. That's why he makes fun of all these people. He calls them fishermen and, stuff like that. So when you sit with Museveni in a car, in your mind you think, oh, he loves me. He's a master manipulator. I don't know what happened to this man when he was a little boy. I don't know how he was raised and mentored, but he doesn't really care about people. And I know, of course, this argument can be, can receive another argument from his obsequious loyalists like who Barambara Gahara. But because they all want money. But a person who loves a country like Uganda doesn't do what Museveni does, presiding over the abduction, the torturing, the killing of people. Now, many people can argue, oh, he doesn't do that. It is people around him. And so I argue, why not fire them? I mean, how many times do you want to your name to be dragged in the mud? But you won't fire people who do that? Then that tells you that, he endorses all those kind of things. But, he's told you he doesn't really care. So let's go here. Museveni. Okay, Kadaga was trying to make a point of how she was humiliated, how she was betrayed by the party. And Museveni plays a very, very manipulative game. He sort of pretends as though he doesn't want to explain. He called the shots. He was the one behind the end of the Kadaga tenure as Speaker of Parliament because time had come and he wanted Jacob Bolanya. So now he pretends as though, oh, I don't remember what happened. Can we have somebody explain what happened? And I want to show you, Museveni invites these people.
I think that one is substantive. What was it?
But in the guidelines that were given by the Electoral Commission, they asked every candidate to state what they have done for the party, like experience. What have you done for the party within 10 years? But it's not a legal requirement.
Now, do you know what Museveni does? After Rebecca Kadaga explaining what she's done for the NRM according to the rules and guidelines or the constitution of the party, Museveni pretends as though, oh, okay, I understand, but probably somebody can interpret that better than I do. Museveni knows that these folks are going to do his bidding. So that's why he's like, okay, Chidiowa Chiwanuka, or the chairperson of the Electoral Commission in the NRM, come explain this. Now, it is another slap in the face of Kadaga. They're trying to say, hey, you do not even know how things work here. They're teaching Rebecca Kadaga. Remember, Kadaga had said that all her life she belonged to the NRM. She has served one political party. She knows the constitution. She read everything she had done for the NRM and brought, quoted a few rules and guidelines within the political party. And Museveni is like, okay, you come and explain to this lady. I mean, and you have these folks who are making round of applause even when these folks who are doing Anita Among's bidding make a slightest point. That doesn't even make sense. See? Now, this is Museveni betraying Kadaga in real time. But it doesn't really surprise me. He's done it. Museveni knows that when he invites these folks like Chidiowa Chiwanuka, come and explain, they've already read the environment. They've read the room. They know what Museveni wants. He doesn't even need to tell them. I'll show you how Museveni pretends as though he doesn't know.
Could guide us on. To be raising a technical point, which our lawyers could guide us on.
Let me call our lawyers, like Museveni cares about the law. He's raising a very important point, which our lawyers could guide us on. Museveni wants to be guided. He knows when he says, okay, which our lawyers will guide us on. Like everyone knows the constitution of a political party, but hey, let lawyers come and explain to me. They understand the coded language that, hey, come, continue putting her down. And when they do that, then I'm going to show you, because Museveni went point by point. Every point Kadaga raised, Museveni went point by point, breaking it down and quashing it. Even when it came to a point where Kadaga raised an argument of her influence in Busoga, Museveni says, you're not as influential as you may think. Unbelievable.
Which was, you must have worked for 10 years or something. Yeah. There was something there, legally, what is it? I think that one is substantive.
I think...
What was it?
But
so, they were talking about, what you have done for the political party and, for the last 10 years and stuff like that. It's like, let me explain. Let me call my lawyer to explain. Hey, oh, my God.
In the guidelines that were given by the Electoral Commission, they asked every candidate to state what they have done for the party, like experience. What have you done for the party within 10 years? But it's not a legal requirement.
It's not a legal requirement. And you don't get this kind of applauses from the audience when Kadaga is speaking. Actually, when she was giving her point, you had people, shouting Anita Among's name because they know money has been disputed. It is time to get rid of Kadaga. I don't really care whether they have Kadaga or Anita Among. I mean.
Right Honorable Kadaga needs to correct the idea that anybody is hunting her.
Now, Kadaga had raised the point, like Museveni went through the argument of Kadaga. Like she's submitting saying, hey, because of all these reasons, I deserve this position. And Museveni goes to each point and says, hey, no one is hunting you down.
Because there's nobody who's hunting you.
Wow.
Because that's what she said, that somebody was hunting her.
There's nobody that is hunting you. Now, this is Kadaga. When Kadaga raised that point here.
Abikondebize mukalu makaina kulanga atu atandika batandisa okola violence yeni olusinsikira ebintu aye eri omukulembeza mu Uganda muno yapangisa abantu bena abo bemuli kwogera abafere ati mulinde mama alwabita mu mutege mu mbande
There's someone who hired people and told them that, wait when Kadaga is passing here, kill him, kill her. That's what she's saying. Museveni doesn't even talk about I'm going to launch some thorough investigation into these allegations. These are grave allegations. Museveni's like, no, nobody's actually hunting you. You're deluding yourself. Oh, gosh, how many times are you supposed to get embarrassed? But You know, these folks usually talk about how Bobby Wine supporters are in some sort of a cult. Oh, you're in a cult. You're in a cult. But I've never seen a cult in Uganda like that of Museveni. Despite of all these things they say, despite of the embarrassment, Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga will go down and kneel at the feet of Yoweri Museveni. Hello, lady. We welcome you. Come join us. What's there to lose? You've already lost the most important value, self-respect and worth. They don't see you as nothing.
Posi ya 2015 yasoka kwetaba ebikado yakati omukyalo yatera okubita ku luguudo olw'Idindoolo lwaki mutega kuli mubanda ebikado akati oyo muntu waife obange nekitulese eno yaba etayire teso wakati ife obange nekitulese sigasa sente so ni plan neyo mpano yafiringa kubali yara kubona wakati mpano ni mwabali okumpi awo mumbande kubanga abita ku luguudo lwaino obange olina obululu lwaki olwana kuba kibali kwati kituufu so bana mulifira mu kifo tujuranga dda.
There were people planning to kill Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga. Now we go to the biggest mistake Kadaga made. Listen.
Nalabye bwadde ogamba banna aba NRM ngo baga nti bannayinza mu nnonde nze nayisaawo kino oba oli awo singa saali mukubiriza president teyandi emyaka gyandibadde giwagamira.
Yaba tagerera kubeera ku ballot paper.
Wow. Yali badde tagenda kubeera ku ballot paper. The arrogance. The entitlement of Kadaga. Now, you see what you did? The embarrassment that you're receiving from Museveni is your own making. There was a mega opportunity presented to you to preside over a conversation that was going to end the Museveni dictatorship. And here you admit, okay? Singa kati asiba migugu.
Singa dde lwakitula.
Singa kati asiba migugu.
Singa tewali speaker.
Wow.
Singa kati asiba migugu.
Singa kati asiba migugu. You realize what you did to yourself? You know, serving people, opportunists like Mr. Museveni, can, that very manipulative to the extent that they can make you think that you're doing it for the interest of the nation. Like if they put you in these, you know, decorative offices, speak of parliament. But probably when people like Kadaga go back home, they're able to reflect and realize, oh, I've been used. And this is why she comes out and makes these kind of statements. So this is your own making, Kadaga. But one thing I don't really like about this demeanor of Kadaga, it is her tone. It is her pride. It is that ego. Listen to the next question. Are you proud of what you did? That's the question.
What happened?
Because she knows what she did was wrong. The vast majority of Ugandans were saying, do not amend the constitution. Do not remove the age limit cap. And she's being asked, are you proud of what you did? Because it is a stain on the Ugandan Republic. Museveni dispatched his jack-booted thugs to go to our parliament. They beat up members of parliament, maimed others like Namboze, Honorable Namboze. We became a global embarrassment. Video clips were spread all over the world showing what went down in the parliament. And because she doesn't have that restraint, she's unrepentant. She's not able to say, maybe it's not something to be proud of, but you know, I can say that is the past. No, we did it.
It happened.
It happened.
Now what?
Now what? Really? Really? It happened. Now what?
Chagwa, let's do other things.
Wow. No, it doesn't go like that. And when you say, Chagwa, let's do other things, it doesn't go like that. Chagwa and we're not doing other things. And do you know why? The reason that's why Techagwa, the reason that's why we're telling you that Techagwa, it is now coming to bite you. Had you stood your ground and said the vast majority of Ugandans are saying this. You know, I've seen people giving comments saying, oh, Rebecca Kadaga has been bold. That's what we know her to do. She's a bold lady. Okay, I understand she's bold. But where does she usually show her boldness? What stages? What audiences? Because you can be bold towards wrong people. Show that courage towards wrong audiences. Had she stood her ground because she knew it was wrong, she says, Chagwa, no, it didn't. And this is why now you're being embarrassed. I feel sad. Look, again, I should make this point. I'm not someone who really takes pride in people's misery. I am not. The schadenfreude vibes, or epicaricacy, as you may in English, finding pride in other people's misery. I'm not that kind of a person. I usually prefer to see people, all of us, happy. Unfortunately, it's not easy as I may wish. But what do you expect, Kadaga? Ugandan said no. You said no, we amend the constitution. By hook or crook. The fact that the reason that's why she doesn't actually want people to discuss this is because of what everything went down after the raiding of the parliament and beating of members of parliament and illegally, unconstitutionally amending that constitution. Kadaga never sought justice for people whose backs were broken, who were beat up. No, she just moved on. And then she says, Chagwa, Chagwa. No, it didn't. It didn't, Kadaga.
Bannayuganda abalowooza nti nno mwabayisa kulitalaba. Obagamba ki?
Balina omukisa ogenda mu kooti nesalawo.
I don't understand why we don't have a value called humility in Uganda. It is very easy to say. I truly understand some Ugandans were against this, and we apologize. But this is the nature of politics, and I am sorry. But, you know, listen to her speech.
Don't go back to history. Let's
move on. You know, we beat a few people, maimed others, broke people's backs. Let's just move on. We are not moving on. And you're realizing what's going on.
Mama, see what you do.
No, kakati. Twachikola, the batwala mu kooti nesalawo, netukise byavaamu. So, okyagala genda kwa appeal. Ogenda kwa appeal.
Waweddeyo. Singa kibaawo omulundi omulala wandizeemu n'okikolera n'okubiza parliament n'ekiyisa ekyo.
She's extremely, like she's running away. You can read her face. All her face says is, please, can you change the subject? Bite.
Singa kibaawo omulundi omulala wandizeemu n'okikolera n'okubiza parliament n'ekiyisa ekyo.
Wow. What a meltdown. All her mind is screaming, please, can you bring another topic? I feel extremely embarrassed that you're discussing this thing that has become a stain on our nation.
Bite. Let's move forward. Don't go around.
Munnayuganda yandyagadde okulabika nti nno amanya okuva gy'oli.
Wow. Let's move forward. Now, Museveni is playing you.
This is not correct.
Wow.
What happened was when we supported Olanya, it was because Olanya had been deputy speaker for a...
Let's go here where he talks about you're not as influential as you think in Busoga.
We said that we should support Olanya.
Your Excellency, first of all, when you're deputy...
Let's go here.
And Rebecca had been deputy, and that's how we had supported.
This is manipulative game at play. Museveni with his loyal guys, trying to manipulate Kadaga in real time. Sad.
That to be speaker. That was the issue. Nobody was, you are wrong.
Wow.
Say that anybody is hunting you.
You are wrong to say that anybody is hunting you, even when you know. He doesn't even say, I need to look into that. He's already made a conclusion. We don't read anywhere where Museveni, sought a meeting with Kadaga to say, nobody's actually hunting you. No. It is now Museveni saying, you don't have actually any point when you say that, someone is threatening death to you.
And also, it is not correct for you to try to involve my people, the Busoga.
Wow. Museveni says, my people, the Busoga. The next statement from Museveni is not going to say what I'm going to say, but he's most likely, of course, what I'm saying is he's almost about to say, I am a Busoga more than you. Because when he says, my people.
My people, the Busoga.
Let's go back here.
My people, the Busoga. It is not correct for you to try to involve my people, the Busoga.
Wow. He's trying to say, hey, do not cling on to that constituency. I am more influential than you.
To try to give the impression that you are, if it's not you, if not you, Busoga are not there.
Wow. Remember, he first said, my people of Busoga. So he's now saying, I am more influential than you. Now, oh gosh, what an embarrassment to Kadaga.
This is not correct. And I have had references to that issue, but I keep quiet.
Museveni keeps quiet.
I am a man who keeps quiet. But I am the one who fought for the Busoga.
I am the one who fought for the Busoga. That's Museveni for you. Museveni will actually tell you that he loves Buganda more than the people of Buganda. That's his mind. Megalomaniac narcissist.
Not anybody else. I am the one who revenged for William Nadiope.
Everything is all about him, always.
But
I mean, you tell me, what's going through the mind of Kadaga right now?
I was a backbencher for 7 years before becoming a minister of regional cooperation. I was patiently seated for 7 years as a backbencher. So I don't understand why there's a rush. Some roles just come for 3 years.
What you see is called used and dumped. Museveni has already used Kadaga. And many, Museveni wants to create a facade of democracy. Like he says, I've failed to resolve the issues between Kadaga and Anita Among. Let's go to an election. Museveni wants to create some facade of democracy, but he's already made up his mind. Look, it would only take one statement from Museveni, telling Kadaga, drop out, or telling Anita Among, withdraw, and they would. But when he continues with, I endorse, the election, what is telling Kadaga, let's go there and embarrass you.
Wants to be in the top organ of the party. I have done my work well. I've supported the NRM in all the elections, all of them. Supported the referendum to return multi-party.
It is so sad. Look at this lady. It is very sad. I can't help but feel sad for her. I mean, imagine having to sit down and explain your contribution to the political party, your loyalty to Museveni, only to be embarrassed. Think about that. And Museveni does this deliberately, conscious decisions. Like I told you, Museveni could have said Kadaga withdraw or Anita Among. Like he says, Haji Chigongo, the deputy vice chairman of the NRM, nobody runs against him because Museveni has decided, me and Chigongo untouchable. He can't do the same.
All the campaigns I've been involved in them. As a deputy speaker and a speaker, I've ensured that all our budgets were passed.
I mean, you watch that one. We won't go into that. Now, Museveni has a new kid on the block.
The SEC members who are here.
This is the new kid on the block. Museveni has already used Kadaga.
Our beloved delegates of NRM, you're almost welcome. I expressed interest and I was nominated for the second National Vice Chairperson, female. And I stand here to still affirm that I am still in the race for the second National Vice Chair.
Now, the reason as why she uses that boldness you hear, it is because she knows she's being backed by Museveni and other loyalists to Museveni. I am still there. This is intended to embarrass Kadaga.
I also want to say this. I am not a SEC member. I am a visitor in SEC, a visitor to the president.
I am a visitor to the president.
I am not a SEC member, and I also want to bring this to you. The notion of saying Anita is new. Yes, I am new, but I come with new ideas and new vibrancy. The mobilization that I am doing for this party, I can have over 10 members of parliament here that I have brought from opposition to NRM, and here they are.
Wow. You know the applauses you hear in the background, all this is intended to give a meltdown to Kadaga.
And when we talk that this is for the people who have been in the party for long, we must move with the generation. I am a generational leader. I am here to mobilize for the party, and I am a very disciplined cadre of the party. And I can tell you, when Honorable Late Olanya stood and the SEC members approved Late Honorable Olanya for the position of the speaker, the people who are saying they are old, senior, and respect the party walked out of the party and stood independent. Is that love for the party?
Anita Among is telling Kadaga, I love NRM more than you do. And you hear applauses in the background. She's not been in NRM for 10 years, but because she's backed by Museveni. Wow.
I have been trusted and
look, I love this. I don't care. Like, again, it bears repeating. I don't care whether it's Kadaga or Anita Among. I love this drama because it helps to show me the inner dirty workings of the NRM. You know, they're good at hiding their dirty linen. But when they bring it to the public, I'm like, okay, I love this.
Even a most top position of a Speaker of Parliament, that is an arm of government. A Speaker of Parliament who respects the party, who values the party NRM. As a Speaker of Parliament, I love my president. I love my party. I can never bring a motion of displeasure for my president.
Wow.
Never.
When she says, I love my president, and no kid on the block has been hired. The obsequiousness, heaping praises, expressive reverence to Museveni. You're winning a position, in his, inner circles.
And I want to...
But the ending is the same. Remember, her downfall will be bizarre, sad, than that of Kadaga.
Request the chairman of the party that this matter must be resolved here today. Being new is not a crime. But we have people like Right Honorable Rugunda who are old in the party, but they have been appointees of the president. And I can assure you, you have an asset in Anita.
Well, Museveni has got your backing.
I can assure you that with Anita, I am going to move around this whole
and you've got his as well.
Country to mobilize for NRM. The position is for mobilization for the party. It is not for ring fencing. I am offering myself, and I want to ask the beloved delegates. You've tried me as a speaker, trust me as a second member. God bless you all.
Anita Among. Anita Among, Museveni's new weapon. Oh boy, do I love this? I really do. All of these folks you see are not there to serve your interests. I don't really care about the NRM. It became an outfit for folks who are brought together by networks and connections, all focusing on one thing. How do I make more money? Build more wealth, get close to power. That's it. If NRA, I'm giving an example, and I've said this over and over again. If folks who join Museveni really meant what they say, you'd see Nobati Mao calling a press conference to resign as Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs over the continued violation of the rules and laws in the Constitution and the delayed and denial of justice to people in Uganda. Just like the head of the Human Rights Commission in Uganda, Wangadia, if they really meant to serve in these positions, you'd see them taking tremendous, decisive actions over, I'm resigning, I'm giving ultimatums if this is not done, I'm doing this. But because power, money, positions, networks has become the only way of survival in Uganda, especially in politics, that's why they join him. Really, Anita Among doesn't really care about Ugandans. She's corrupt as they come. She's sanctioned. I mean, in a normal world, there's no way Anita Among would be seeking for any elective position, not even elective, even serving in the NRM, but because he knows this is a political party for bandits, thugs, criminals, lawlessness, and impunity. That's why nobody questions her. And you realize that my point is 100% correct, because of all points Kadaga raises, Kadaga doesn't mention two things. One, the amendment of the Constitution that gave Museveni permission to run for office for whatever, until death. And two, the corruption cases of Anita Among. Because both of them implicate Museveni. One, When you say, hey, I gave you this permission, you know, I'm the one who gave you an opportunity to run for office for this long, then you're directly shooting at Museveni and he won't have it. He might even make a decisive action right there and say, hey, you're out. And when you attack Anita Among, because she's been saying this, you know, behind closed doors and in a press conference and stuff like that. But when you say the same, when you raise this argument in front of Museveni, you're speaking to the corrupt chief, the corrupt in chief, Yoweri Museveni. So Kadaga deliberately leaves out those 2 points because she's not running to serve the interests of people, Busoga and later on Ugandans. No, it is more money. Hey, I may not have as many opportunities as I used to 10, 20, 25 years ago, but can you give me this position? Because I know we can extort, we can award ourselves money and privileges. It is sad. Now, my final remarks here. Kadaga, come to the opposition. This is the same words I said to Theodore Sechikubo. Come join us. You built that monster. I believe you have some ideas of taking down the monster. I'm of a popular view, unpopular view probably. Had Kadaga, when she lost the speakership office, had she decided to step aside or resign in active politics, Kadaga would have become a kingmaker within Busoga. But now Museveni is now using the Busoga constituency to say, hey, you don't have leverage over this constituency. I am more influential than you. I mean, it doesn't get worse than that. Unbelievable. Hey, let me know what you think. And I would really, really, really appreciate all your comments, like this video, and make sure that you do subscribe. I think it's been now, the first video was in English about Kadaga and this one too. And if you like English commentary, please go on and write in the comment section and be like, hey, Mordecai, we need more of these. I had a friend of mine, and I was with him in Massachusetts. His name is Theo. And he told me, Mordecai, I watch you, but most of the times you use Luganda, and I don't understand Luganda. So if you're just like my friend Theo, it is time for you to write in the comment section. Be like, hey, I would like you to do more commentary in English. Just like, I have a friend of mine, Sarah Ndugwa in California. She's told me, Mordecai, produce more content in English. There you go, lady. Okay? Until we catch up again, my name is Mordecai Marisa. Bye-bye.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.